crochet lovers, I am Shay. Yes, my name is Shay. Crochet. Of course, this is my favorite hobby. This is my first video in this channel and I'm inspired to create this YouTube channel to basically just share my passion, projects, thoughts, tutorials, anything that is crochet related so that you can crochet with Shay. So in this video, I want to talk about what I have made since I started crochet about a year ago, I would say. Here are the projects that I have crocheted. I'm a beginner, okay? I still see myself as a beginner. I started a year ago, but there was probably a good 4 months of just not really doing that much with crochet. I have the luxury right now of living in Bali, Indonesia, and the yarn is so cheap. I'll probably show you a video of all of the yarn I have just sitting around my house. But like this is one basket of yarn. I've got some nice chunky yarn in here and it makes experimenting with projects really accessible to me, and I'm so grateful that I have this. I've been really into chunky yarn lately, as you can see with my headband. I think it's super cute. It makes the projects work up so fast, so it's really satisfying because I made this in probably like 30, 40 minutes. Yeah, so here we go, let's get into it. This is what I have made, starting from my very first crochet project. My first crochet project that I started and then kind of just stopped and left sitting there for a good 10 months, didn't do anything with it, and then ended up finishing maybe a month ago. So, first crochet project, I was like, I'm gonna make a blanket. Easy, right? I'm gonna make a blanket. What I didn't know at the time was I didn't know when you crochet the closer stitches together, so this is done with single crochet, it takes a much longer time, especially if you're using a fairly small hook and the yarn isn't very chunky. So for some reason, I thought this was chunky yarn. It wasn't really. I didn't know that much about hook sizes and yarn sizes and grams and blah, 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 blah. So what I did was this beautiful yarn, which I will put a photo up of it. I'm an Australian, so I bought this yarn in Australia and I was like, that's so pretty. I'm gonna make a blanket out of it. And it does make these nice stripes. But I thought 2 rolls was enough. No, I think this is used so far 4 or 5 rolls. And it is not a blanket. Like this is not the size of a blanket. If I'm just gonna, like, look how narrow it is, right? It has turned out to be a bed runner. I'm gonna show you what it looks like on our bed. It's actually very nice. So this is what the bed runner looks like. Pretty nice, pretty cute. Obviously, definitely not a blanket, but it works. I really like the ruffles at the end, and yeah. It didn't blend very well because that's actually when I ran out of 1 roll and had to add in a different. But the rest of it actually blended a little bit better. But yeah, for my first project, I think it's pretty good. I took yarn back to Bali with me and I didn't have enough to finish. I got more yarn brought to me by my cousin, thank you so much. And that still wasn't enough. And so I remember I had 1 ball of yarn left and I had this, I don't even know if it's a quarter of a blanket sitting there. And I was like, oh, I really just want to finish this. I don't like it just sitting there unfinished. I'm just going to make it, you know, a bed runner, something pretty to put at the end of the bed. So what I did was I changed from the single crochet stitch to double right at the ends to make it work up faster, right? To make it thicker. And I added ruffles at the end. I got really into ruffles recently because they're so easy to do and it looks quite nice and effective. Ruffles is like literally you're just doing an increase in the stitch, for those of you who know that terminology. But basically I added ruffles to the end and it wasn't quite long enough for our big bed. So then I got some of my new chunky yarn, completely different feel to this. And I added it to the ends to give it a little like look at the end. So this is the bed runner and this is the first crochet project. All right, I am not doing this in order of what I created because I am confused at what I made when. But basically this is just everything almost everything I've done, because I have done a little bit more. When I recently went to Australia a few months ago, I got a little like box packet where basically you could do some, don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, amigurumi. That's how I'm gonna say it from now on. If it's wrong, I'm sorry to whoever I need to apologize to. This is the packet, so it came with its own hook, which I don't like because it's plasticky and it doesn't feel nice in my hand, but it came with the hook, it came with these things to embellish, it came with the yarn, everything, and it came with a written pattern. And so on my flight back from Australia to Bali, I made this floppy bunny in 4 hours, I think it was. This was my first fluffy toy. I hadn't done one before. That's a lie. Oh my gosh, I have. No, I have to show you the one I did before this. I'm sorry, it's just too fun to flop. Because the one I did before this, I really messed up and kind of just like, I don't know, I made it up as I went. I tried to follow a pattern for a seal and ended up kind of just messing it up. So I don't know, I just made it work. And that seal is this one. So this is actually the same yarn as the bed runner. I had a little bit of yarn left. I gave the seal whiskers. I didn't know how to I still am not the best at doing these finer details. I don't know what it's called anyway. The flipper I messed up, and so I basically just, when I had the needle and was adding the flippers in, I kind of just kept sewing and it worked the flippers up more. Cute little tail. I mean, it's kind of cute, right? And I wanted to do like a love heart nose. Again, this is just like me putting the needle in at random places. So it's messy. I didn't have any stuffing, so I didn't have any of this stuff, which I use now. So I stuffed other yarn inside of it. And this is a present to my partner. Because my spirit animal is a seal, I wanted to make him a seal. So I did make this one first. And then I made this one from the box. Now it's so cute, but also I think I really messed up here. Like it has like a front bum in some way. It's weirdly shaped. So I think I made a mistake somewhere. Cute little tail though. I really like this. And what I want to do is create my own pattern for something similar. The yarn feels beautiful and amazing, but it is a little bit fluffy. As in like the fluff comes off when you're crocheting with it. This worked out well. It's super cute, but it does, like when it sits, it's like its head just falls. And it's because I didn't stuff the neck at all. I think I should have, and it would have held up the neck, but it's so freaking cute. I love the long legs. It's just adorable. So he made me really happy to complete. I was very proud of him. Love heart. I wanted to make a love heart with my chunky yarn, a love heart pillow. I thought it would be bigger. It turned out quite small. This was actually my own pattern, basically following other love hearts I had made, smaller love hearts. I'll show you the love heart pattern that I followed. I really like it. I just wish it was bigger. It would be cute with arms on it and like a face, but yeah, I made this a few weeks ago. This was from a viral crochet video. It doesn't look like hers because I added a dress, and is that the only difference I made? I added a dress and I changed the ear color. I changed the ear color because I didn't have any more white left. So I was like, dang, and I didn't have any more white left for the body. So what I did was I changed the yarn to this color, and then I was like, hang on a second, because this is what it looked like, right? Without the skirt on it, it was like red top. And I'm like, what if I just added a skirt? What if I did some increases around to make the skirt flare out? And then I added a little touch of this purple. So this was all added by me. I decided to make her ears this color too. But the bunny holding a heart is like, I think she's got over 1 million views on this one YouTube video. I will link it below what I followed, and I really, really like it. I think she's so, so cute. Look at her. Look at her. She's adorable. I didn't have any safety eyes at the time. I now do. So I just gave her little like love heart eyes. And again, this yarn is fairly chunky, and I just love using chunky yarn because I think I made this in a day. maybe 2 days, but so cute. This was a bandana. It was actually for my friend's dog, and then it was too big, and so I decided to keep it for myself, and I added some pink around the edges and actually just expand it so it's a bandana for myself. I don't remember which pattern. I followed a YouTube video of some kind, and I really like the blue and the pink together. These colors are so pretty. I did a little experiment. I thought, how cute would it be to have a bikini top made out of flowers? Again, using the chunky yarn because it would work up fast. So this is a top I made, and I'm gonna put it on now for you. And it basically ties at the back here, and it sits, fully covers, but I don't really like it. I'm not gonna wear it anywhere. It was just a experiment, really. But I think it's adorable and cute. And look, if someone wants me to share with you the pattern, I made this pattern. I actually made it myself. If someone wants that shared, then let me know. I was thinking that, maybe if I extended it here into extended it down into like a top and then made a flare skirt, it could actually be super cute. So I think I still might expand it into like a poofy hot dress. Look, I'm making things that are really thick and hot, and I live in Bali. Like, all of this is way too hot to wear, but anyway, I liked this. I thought it was cute, and I might still do something with it. I also made this. So I think I showed you at the start, yeah, about 30-40 minutes. I just took a pattern from a tiny bow and made it bigger, and then I did like a little edging around here. I just made this up myself, and then it ties at the back, and I left the ties like long like this. Yeah, I really like it. If anyone wants me to create a pattern for it, I can show you and do a little tutorial. I don't think I'm gonna wear it, to be honest. I like cute things in my hair, but I don't know, maybe when I just do crochet videos. I have made some 3D flowers in my time. These are not my first ones. I'll show you pictures of ones that I made for Christmas for family. I just followed, again, some kind of pattern online. I don't remember which ones it was. I really like making flowers. I made this rose for my partner for his birthday, this for Valentine's Day. It's all around the same time. So he actually got all these flowers at the same time. He really likes the flowers. I made this one, this sunflower. This took a really long time. I didn't have the right wire, so the flower petals aren't sitting up right. I didn't follow the pattern as closely as I should have. I made some mistakes. But the one thing I love about crochet is it's really forgiving. If you make mistakes, you can fix it. And when I had tried knitting, I didn't do that much knitting, but when I tried knitting, I don't know, I just couldn't, like, if I made a mistake, it was the end of the world. Like, it couldn't be fixed somehow. So I moved on from knitting to crochet very fast. With these flowers, I also made him a little pouch. It's kind of like a little envelope that this is where it opens and then it closes with a love heart. And I gave him little coupons for things. You get 100 kisses. It's like sparkly, pop it inside. It's a nice little gift idea. And then bam, over here. And I just tied a ribbon to it there. I thought it was a super cute gift. He loved it. I'm gonna do more flowers. I love making flowers. I love making roses. Roses are fun. I will happily do a rose tutorial if anyone wants it. I then started to make some cows because I'm liking cows at the moment. This is a cute little cow. I'll try to find the pattern and link it for you in the description that I followed. I really like this. I added a little bell on his tail, and oh my gosh, I just love it so much. Again, I didn't have any safety eyes, so I just made eyes out of the same yarn as the horns. Look how freaking cute this cow is. Pretty sure I did the back legs a little bit too far back, but he sits really well and happy, so I enjoy him. A lot of these are free tutorials on YouTube, but I have bought some patterns on Etsy as well. I bought this one on Etsy. I will link it. It's not for fluffy yarn, but I wanted to use fluffy yarn. So this is another cow. I added a little bell around his neck. Well, it's a her actually. I'm pretty sure this is a girl cow. What was interesting about this pattern was that in this cow, the pattern had the patches yarned into it. So you can see it's yarned into. I changed colors of the yarn as I worked it up. This one, the pattern was to actually put the patches on top of it and just sew them in. So they're 3D patches, which I gotta be honest, I don't love the 3D patches. I would rather that it was in to the cow. And I think what I wanna do is create my own cow based on that bunny. I'm really happy with this. I really love how she turned out, how she sits. Like, she's so cute. Her head stays up, which is nice. Yeah, I really, really like this one. I've noticed that I'm trying to do clothes. I really love the idea of making my own clothes. I'm not really good at clothing construction, to be honest. I'm pretty bad at it with crochet, but I'm really good at the fluffy toys, the plushies, the amigurumi. I think I'm actually quite good at it. So I want to get better at the clothing because it's more functional for me. Like, yeah, I can have 50 toys hanging around my house, but I actually want to wear my stuff. That brings me to actually one more fluffy toy. I finished this one a few days ago. Here is a seal, a fluffy seal, which I think I constructed it wrong here. You can see the join. It's got a little bit of a hunchback. I think I didn't connect this properly. I gotta be honest, I wasn't paying attention to the pattern completely. I get a bit impatient with following instructions and I'm like, I know what to do. And then I don't, I really don't, because it comes out a bit weird and I'm like, this doesn't look like that. Yes, Shay, because they made the pattern and it was meant to be followed. But I'm gonna link the pattern that I used. Again, it was on Etsy. Again, it was not fluffy yarn, but I love this fluffy yarn so much. It's so soft. And I think I'm doing better now that I have actual safety eyes for my toys and doing a little bit better with I'm gonna call them embellishments, but I'm pretty sure it's a different word for it. And a nose, cute, happy face. So she is a happy seal. One day I will make my own pattern for a seal too, but I loved this one. This comes off because I need to show you my hats. Actually, one more thing, it's not really crochet, but it is because you use like crochet technique, but it's hand knitting. It's a chunky bag. And I had a lot of fun making this. I made it in like 20 minutes. It was really fun to make, and it's with this chunky yarn, very chunky yarn. Honestly, it does not fit much in it. It fits my phone and that's about it. It doesn't close, but I do actually like bringing this out when I'm like on a date night. I think it's so cute. Yeah. Oh, this also reminds me. I made myself some rose lingerie. I'm gonna show you it. I didn't have it with me, but I'm gonna show you it. This is the jewelry that goes with it, but I'm gonna go get it now because it's worth seeing. I can show you the pattern that I based it on. I did adjust it for myself, change it, add some things, so it's not the complete pattern. It's a good starting point though. But basically, yeah, I was good at this construction compared to other clothing construction. A super cute, pretty rose thong. The ties have leaves at the bottom. So that's like a leaf. The back has a cute rose on the bum. I really, really liked making this. It was fun. It was fairly easy. I did follow her pattern where I could. I know I made mistakes, so then I just rolled with my mistakes and shifted the pattern. But I am so happy with this. I think it's so beautiful. The top it's tiny. It's very, very tiny. You can make it any size you want though, right? But I don't need anything very large. But basically how it fits. Oh, and I also tied it rather than, I don't like halter things. I don't like being pulled on my neck. So I actually tie it like tying the top to the bottoms here. I don't know if you can see because I'm wearing a dark top, but basically it ties around the back. This tie can be undone. And I really like when you can move bikini tops. That was really easy. What I did was I just had the string, laid it at the bottom, and I crocheted around it with enough space so that you can actually move it. So I think the top is super beautiful. It is tiny, but it works for me. It's like a micro bikini actually. That's what I would call it. And this is what it looks like. And it's lingerie. I'm not gonna wear this. Look, I can't wear it to swim. I'm not gonna wear it outside because you can see through it. But my partner really loves it. And the little extras that came with it. So I made myself a choker. This was not in the pattern. I made this myself. A little rose choker. So again, taking the rose, which is again from this rose pattern, making it smaller, and then adding it on a very simple crochet band. I have a little hole at the end, and then literally just a chain, and then I tie it around, put the chain through the hole and tie it, and then it becomes a super cute choker. Additional to that, I made a fun anklet, an even tinier rose with green and red, and then I just tie it around my leg. This one's my favorite, and this one I wear sometimes with other outfits. This is a garter, so putting it on the leg and tying it around, and then bam, leg garter. I actually make my own patterns more than I think. As a beginner, you know, before I even started this YouTube channel, I'm like playing around with it all so that basically I can make them for you. So that is my rose lingerie. All right, the hats. I gotta take my hair out for this. Again, I live in Bali. Where am I gonna wear this? To be fair, sometimes I wear them. I based this off a pattern for a bunny balaclava. I'm gonna link the pattern down below. I made the full balaclava. I don't think I have a photo of it now, but it was a full face balaclava and then it had the eyes open. I realized I was never gonna wear it. I didn't do the hood perfectly, so it didn't fit my head properly. It just looked weird, to be honest. So I decided to pull out half of it until here, and then add fluffy yarn at the bottom and then change it so that it is actually a beanie. I love this so much more. I added bells to the bottom because it's adorable and it is so freaking cute. It's so cute. I added the fluffy fringe around the sides, and so it curls the ears inward, and it has a huge bow. This bow I followed of a different pattern that I found. This is the same pattern bow for the one that I adapted to make this, I'm pretty sure, I think. I really like it. I think it's adorable. It's good if I go to Europe in winter, but for Bali it makes no sense. It's just super cute, and I love these colors. My other hat that I just finished yesterday or the day before, I got a pattern for a bonnet, kind of messed up the pattern, ran out of this yarn, so I added this fluffy yarn around the front, realized that I needed to make it smaller around the head, so I decreased, made it smaller, added some bear ears because I wanted bear ears. I just made them on my own and found a way to make them look like ears, so that's my own pattern for the ear. Added some long ties, and this is how it turned out. I love this so much. Again, makes no sense for Bali, but you can leave it long. You can just go around the sides. It's actually very warm. Or my personal favorite is tying it at the bottom and then making a cute bow. I don't think I tied that right, but anyway, it's adorable. I love it. I'm sure I could create a cleaner pattern for this for you if you would like it, but it is so fluffy. It is so comfy. I really like it. I think it's very nice. And yeah, hats are an easier thing to construct as well. So clothing wise, what else have I made? Oh, actually, I have made some things that I ended up selling in like a thrift market with my other pre-loved clothes. to a girl here in Bali, I tend to make myself things and then never use them, never wear them. And so I'm like, oh, I'll just like sell them to someone for very cheap, you know? Because sometimes I also sell my old clothes. And yeah, I made this really cute ruffle skirt. I'm very happy with it. It's a mini skirt, it's a ruffle mini skirt. I might do a pattern for that one day. And so she bought that, and she also bought this other top that I made based on another pattern that I did. I forget her name, but I like her videos. She's really calming. Chenda crochets or something. I'll put it down below, the pattern for that top. And it's a free YouTube video, and I did it with this really like colorful yarn, and it turned out so pretty. But again, I just wasn't wearing it. So I wanted someone else to love it when I wasn't going to. That is everything I crocheted. I hope you enjoyed watching that. If that was interesting to you at all, I'm gonna add some more videos onto this channel very soon. I wanna do basically like tutorials on not just some patterns that I'm creating, but also on things like, you know, how to single crochet, how to double crochet, how to treble crochet, things that I wish I knew when I started crochet. I find that when people are making videos and explaining them, sometimes it's really not that easy to understand. And my intention is then to create videos that are as clear as I wished I had when I was learning. So making some tutorials, making some tips and tricks that I wished I had in the past year, and giving those extra insights and tips from someone who is still fairly new to crochet so that it will help you. So thank you so much for crocheting with Shay, and come and crochet with Shay again. Here's some of my crochet stuff. That is literally a mini vacuum to vacuum up the tiny fluffs that come off. But there's yarn there. There's yarn and fluff here in this box, more yarn. In this box, more yarn. Look, one day I will have my own crochet room. You better believe it.
Thank you so much for watching.
Shay crochets, it's so divine.